2024, a view from the edge.
It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep going.
View from the edge. Your life will never be the same. It's a place that you want to be.
This is the greatest show on earth. This is the best business in the world.
So keep on fishing, baby.
Nothing's out there better than the Alliance.
It's time to come home and celebrate. Get ready to wave the flag of fun and freedom at the Alliance Family Reunion.
Hey y'all, it's Cafe Anderson here. I am absolutely thrilled to be joining the Alliance family at Family Reunion 2024. Just like Andy Albright built Alliance from the ground up, I have carved my own path in country music scene in this industry, and I cannot wait to share my journey and my music with each and every one of you. Huge thanks to Andy and Jane Albright for giving me this amazing opportunity. I'm counting down the days until August when we can come together and make some unforgettable memories. I will see y'all there. Take care.
I'm BLESSED, alive and well in the land of the free. One thing I could never forget, her eyes were blue. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue brings us all together. Life's a little better on the tailgate, tailgate.
In 2025, the Alliance will travel to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and I want to highlight where we will be staying. So for the first part of the trip, we will be staying at the Grand Fiesta Americana. The Grand Fiesta Americana is a beachfront property nestled in the mountains of Cabo San Lucas. This all-inclusive resort has so much for us to do. You can spend your day swimming in one of their many pools, or why don't you check out their brand new spa? Try one of their 7 or more restaurants. Grab ice cream with your friends. This property is a short car distance to downtown Cabo where all the fun happens. Is there an extension in Cabo? Of course there's an extension. The Alliance wouldn't do it any other way. So, for you extension earners, you will be traveling to Viceroy Resort and Spa. This location is located right outside of San Jose, a very unique and authentic part of Mexico. It has the look and feel of a spaceship that landed on the edge of the Sea of Cortez and decided to turn itself into a hotel. Boasting 4 pools, an art gallery, kids club, fitness center, boutique, and 5 fantastic restaurants. If you have traveled with the Alliance before, you know that we do everything 5-star, first class, all the way. If this is your first trip with us, you're in for a treat. Come join us in Cabo.
We are at an amazing point in our business with a lot of momentum. You come into Burlington to learn me and other experts. We're going to unleash the stuff that we've learned, secrets, tips, key pieces of information. You're going to learn things that we've learned in the last 90 days or 6 months that are going to help equip you. Some of this information is timely. Some of it's stuff that we've perfected over the last decade. Either way, you're going to need it, and we're going to be sharing it to help you take the big leap over the second half of this year. Be there in August. I promise myself, I'm going to deliver. You're going to be glad you're there, and you're going to come out with tools to help put the momentum you need. Guys, let's get there. We'll see you. Bye.
Welcome to the Activity Call Live, and now our host, Andy Albright.
Hey, what's up, people? Am I coming in loud and clear to y'all?
Yeah.
Good. Woo! Not on here. Alex, Jenny, Adam, and Beth.
Hasn't that accounted for? So.
Yes.
All right. Well, Wednesday, we were killing it talking about recruiting. And, I mean, just hammer it. I hope people take that stuff and use it. That was stuff you could take to the bank, stuff that is guaranteed to work. And somebody texted me, great call. So I thought to myself, I must be done. Great call. So I stopped 20 minutes early. I thought it was time to quit. I didn't know. But we left them wanting more. So recruiting, building your business. I love the fact that we can give people a good job. I mean, 75 grand, 150,000. Selling's a great job. Flexibility, stop when you want to, work when you want to. If you emergency, you can work an extra Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You can put in overtime. You can do whatever you want to do. It's a great job. You write off all your expenses. It's a great job. But if you want to have a business, that's where you build something, you hire, you have a staff, you build something that you can sell, something that you can walk away from and have money coming in. You have to recruit and you have to build. You have to recruit quality staff. And we didn't get into that, by the way. I was talking about recruiting independent people. We didn't get into recruiting good staff, but that's part of it. But I really want to take that to the bank. And I want to touch on some things that we didn't cover because we killed it. But I could have done more in 20 minutes. One of the things that you need to understand about recruiting is, or life is, there's 24 hours a day. You can do the math with me. There's 24 hours a day. I guess you just got to know that unless you want to count it out on your clock and see it go around 12 times 2. But there's 24 times 7. So there's 160 hours in a week. Well, if you did 60 minutes per hour, you got times 60. That's or seconds. That'd be 10,000 seconds, 10,080 seconds. So what happens is you've got a limited amount of time in a week, which means there's limited time in a year, limited time in a lifetime. So what you got to do is, what do you do during those time periods? So part of recruiting is having time to do it or scheduling it. So stopping selling or stopping watching television or stopping the cocaine for a day or two or stopping whatever it is that you're doing. I like when people are like, hold on, that's one I don't do. I don't do cocaine. Okay, then let's move on to the stupid things you do and talk about quit doing those. So stop doing something to build a business. Now, if you stop selling, you don't make money and you go broke. I like those people that are not like them, but I think it's silly when people come up to me and tell me they're broke and they're one of our guys. I'm like, you can print money doing this, right? Come on now. But now, printing money is not the thing as having residual print money. Residual print money, where you hire a team or you have different agents, takes a minute or two. And if you don't do it, here's the problem with recruiting, Abian and cats. If you don't recruit, it'll be okay. It's kind of like if you don't exercise, it'll be okay. If you don't recruit, it'll be okay. If you don't keep reading books, it'll be okay. But it's okay short term. Long term, it's stupid. Like long term, you're going to die if you don't exercise. You're going to die quicker. Your business is going to die. You're going to get broke. You're not going to have stuff for the kids. So time. So here's my point about time. It's so much more fun if you leverage your time by getting some people to do the things that you could pay somebody to do, like cook breakfast, like clean the house. I guess I need to close the door. James just texted me, hey, the house cleaner's going to be here any minute now. Close your door. I'm going to tell them not to come in there and bother you, right? So anything you can get done that frees you up to do something. Like one of my friends, he says, if you want to make $200 an hour, then you should not ever do anything that's worth less than $200 an hour. So you should pay somebody $50 an hour or $20 an hour or $90 an hour. And it's funny, people are like, nobody makes $90 an hour. I hear these crazy remarks. 90 times 40, that's just $187,000 a year. There's a lot of people in America that made $187,000. Not that work for you, that you pay them, but I do pay people that. Okay, so if you can get them to do it, so you don't have to do it. And then a lot of people go, I'm going to get them to recruit. I doubt it. They might be able to set up appointments for you. They might be able to get them started, but it's really going to be up to the entrepreneur, the leader, the owner to really recruit. Don't get me wrong, they can help you. So you can get somebody to fix coffee. You can get somebody to book your airplane tickets. You can get somebody to clean your office. You can get somebody to cook the eggs. You can get somebody. So delegating is a big part of recruiting, learning how to build your business. Okay, let's bring on Alex, Abian, and Jenny to kick us off here. I'm not sure. I'm thinking they couldn't see you before, and now I can see you. Oh, I didn't see Marvin and Rachel. I'm glad y'all are here. I'm thrilled that y'all are here. Oh, Sunas. Okay, so the call Wednesday. I'm hoping you guys heard some of it, if not all of it. And what hit you, Abian, that you think probably some people are missing out on? Just a reminder, I did from memory is you're the most important thing in recruiting, and then the systems, and then the infrastructure, and then the fourth being the free one, the extra one, the bizarre one is teamwork. What hits you so hard that maybe other people are not doing? What do you think is key?
I think one of the biggest thing, Andy, was when Mike and Noel were talking about the systems that they put in place and what they've done for their people to get their people to make it process efficient for their people, also join them in the process of recruiting. I love Davies has also created a process, and Holly and Stephen are totally unified in that. I think probably the biggest thing is Mike and Noel, Stephen and Holly, they're a team, man. They're a team. And when you have that accountability to your partner in the business, you got to do what you're supposed to do. Like when you look at Mike and Noel and Stephen and Holly and Adam and Beth and so on, Marvin and Rachel, we have to do it. It's something that recruiting is something we have to do because we are in it as a team. How do I let my partner down? It's kind of like in a football team. You got to do your job, or else if you don't do your job, the person next to you, you're failing the person next to you. It's the foxhole buddy. How much more accountable to my wife that I got to be to do what I'm supposed to do? And I'm supposed to recruit. I'm supposed to build a business for our family. It's never changed ever since we got in this thing. And that's where that spirit of teamwork between husband and wife that got, now there are people who don't have their husband or wife on board, but I'm telling you what, Andy, I just look at you and Jane, and it's like, well, if Andy and Jane can build a business, I can too. So
what you're talking about with Stephen and Holly, it's having an infrastructure to know how you're taking an agent through the process.
Yeah.
Who calls him first? Who calls him second? Who gets him contracted?
Yeah. Create a process and then follow it.
All right. Okay. All right. Jenny, what were your thoughts?
I think that teamwork is so important. We are blessed with a fantastic staff that we have in place, and everybody does work seamlessly. And it's taken a lot of work to put that system together so that there are the handoffs and nobody's left hanging. We work really, really hard at trying to make sure nobody falls through the cracks. So, every once in a while we've got to shore it up and seal up those cracks. But we've got a team a staff that works really, really well together. And like Alex was saying, you're not going to be any more accountable to anybody more than a spouse. And I know I don't know as much about the business as Alex does, but he listens to me when I bring something to him that I think is an issue, or I see one of those cracks that I think needs filled. So he listens to me, and I listen to him. I try to do everything that he asks me to do, and I don't always want to. I didn't want to be on the call this morning, but here I am. But you've got to be accountable to each other.
Did y'all just have a counseling session or something? It's just, and I'm just like, yeah, full of doo-doo. Hey, do you do like I do, Amy, and listen to everything she says and hardly ever do? Maybe do 1 out of 10. I always tell Jane, if I do 1 out of 10, I don't know what you complain about. That's 10%. I mean, what the hell? If I do 2, it's a miracle. I mean, I'm not going to do everything, but I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen to 100%.
Actually, what Jenny does, she gives me the one thing. She'll come at me and says, okay, she'll stop me, and then she'll say, I think we need to do this. She doesn't give me 10 things. She just gives me the one thing, and she knows how my mind works. So that's what I focus on, the one thing. But she makes all the money anyway, dude. She makes all the money. I give all the money to her.
I know that. I know that's true. Teamwork, accountability, systems. So if that's the case, we need to teach some people how to build their system. So go to Olivia and say, hey, if you want to have a massive business, let's get you a system set up. Go to Chris and say, hey, Chris, look here. Let's get your system set up. Or go to Linda. Because I'm going to tell you something. Like, I hope everybody's listening. Doing $100,000 a month, Abian, as far as one hierarchy, doing $100,000 a month. Come on, man. 20 people doing $5,000. 20 people doing $5,000. 10 people doing $10,000. Y'all see how I'm doing my math here? It's just a few people selling every week and every month to get you to $100,000 a month. Get $100,000 a month. Talk about $250,000 and $250,000 a month. Override $250,000 a month. That's $25,000 a month. I ain't saying you're rich, but who's gonna say, man, $25,000 a month coming in? I just soon cut that off. What are you going to do with it? And it causes a number of tax problems. Like, are you kidding me? So getting a person to $250,000 a month, to me, has always been the goal. That's my new leg. I get my base shop to $250,000. Then I take one of the smartest people and get them to $250,000. Then, of course, my base shop's going to drop down. So we got it to $250,000. We break out a $100,000 group. Now I'm sitting here with a base, right? I'm talking about like my RM base, because the agency manager base is such a tiny thing to separate out. You're breaking people out at 25,000. I really kind of break them out. In my mind, I break them out when they're doing 100,000. So then that takes your 250 back down to 150. Now you got to get your 250 to 150 back to 250 again, then break another 100 guy, and then the other 100 guy over here, you're talking to him about getting him to $250,000. So each of these people that we want to get to 100,000, $250,000, Abian and Jenny, based on what you're hearing, is we need to teach them systematic way to do it.
Right. What I find that a lot of new recruiters do is they kind of, okay, well, I hear what Andy's doing, so let me see. And then they start picking and choosing what they're going to do. But Alex, I don't have enough money to hire anybody. It's like, well, we have this thing called life insurance policies that we can sell and make money. And then you can so how much you doing? What's your nut? How much above the nut do you need to make to invest in leads? How much above your nut do you need to make to invest in recruiting? It's no different selling and recruiting. The investment's got to be there. And if you always say, well, I'll get around to it when I make enough money to recruit, dude, the round to it mentality, the strategy doesn't work. That's not a process, right?
You got to do it now.
Do it now.
You got to commit now. You got to commit now. Sell another policy, put it on a credit card, talk somebody into do it for free. The lady that we talked into doing it for free for a while, Stacy Boydston, now Stacy McNeely, we talked her in. First she was free, and then we owed her money. Then she did it for $5 an hour. And she's really good friends of ours. Her nephew just got into business. Brandon Manley recruited Stacy Boydston's nephew, and he's sharp, Garrett. And then Garrett's turning around trying to recruit all them, Mama, And, Stacy's a twin, so he's got trying to get his mama in, and then the other mama in. So, but it's just crazy how if you figure out how to do stuff like Stacy doing it for free or cheap, and just until we could pay her, until we could figure it out. Well, a mama, a cousin, a good friend, a church member, anybody that you can get in, figuring out how to do it. It's that figuring it out is what we get paid to do. I was telling Abe, you'll like this one, y'all, with your spiritual consideration and wits about you. I was telling a couple young people, I don't need a weatherman, I need a God. I don't need somebody to tell me when it's going to rain. I need somebody to make it rain. And the fact that a lot of people say that, we come from God, so we're in God's image. Well, give me some God-like features, like you told me when the clouds are going to come and it's going to rain, not, well, we got a 55% chance. No, I want you to thunder, right? So, like, if you follow what I'm saying, it's like I don't need a reading, I need a doing. I don't need a problem, I need a hammer, a solution. Like, hey, guess what I did? Got my mama. Hey, guess what I did? I got my cousin. I got these credit cards. That's what I'm saying. Is that? I ain't offending no. How many religions am I offending with that?
I don't know, man. You're not offending mine, that's for sure. I'm in this conference with 50,000 Catholics at the Eucharistic Conference in Indianapolis. And here's what I see around here: people that are on fire for their faith. And I'm thinking, you know what? Like, if we had, our agents in the Alliance half as fired up about their faith. And then I thought, well, geez, what is it we're doing? If you are bringing people, like, I tell you, dude, when I got into the Alliance, I got hooked up with you. When I look at my spiritual walk over the last 25 years, bro, I've never been more closer to God. And because of things I've learned from you, the people I've talked to. And here's the thing: when I recruit people now, it's like I have a moral responsibility to help them. And knowing that the journey I've been on to be at this point of my life spiritually, man, I am kicking these people off to maybe be on the same journey as me. It's like this life is just a teardrop in the sea of eternity. And I'm looking at these people as, hey, man, why don't you come with me, because I'm going to take you to eternity. I'm going to take you to the party, the ultimate party, and just follow what we're doing. Yeah, we call this thing insurance, right? Insurance. But we're going to get their lives right, because you know what? There's so many broken people out there. So many broken people that need what we got. I was one of those broken people. You helped me get my mind right. And it's like, I look to God, right? That's why now, because I've turned everything over to Him and His will, dude, I don't worry about stuff. I don't worry about stuff. I just look at the next person I can help, support, love, care about. And if they hear the message, great. If they follow me, great. If they don't, great. I planted the seed. And that's why I look at recruiting, bro. Seed planting. Because, the eternity part of prosperity and inspiration, it's eternity, baby. And we can bring more people to the party, bro. And you know what I'm talking about, right? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So I don't care what denominations get offended by that. What I care about is God made me in His image and likeness. He made you in His image and likeness. My responsibility is to share the gospel, share the message, and we just reel them in with life. It's called life insurance, estate planning. And you know what? We can minister to our clients, baby. We pray with them. Dude, this is a bigger deal. This conference has just told me this is a bigger deal than we're doing.
Yeah, what city? What city are you in?
Indianapolis. I'm in Lucas Oil Stadium, man. This thing's huge. 50,000 Catholics. This is so awesome. I'm with my daughter Zoe too. Talk about a dream. I get to go to a Catholic conference with my daughter Zoe, who works for me too, by the way. So guess what? We're calling this a seminar, and we're writing this whole thing off.
Well, you're recruiting your ass off when you're up there. I know that.
You betcha.
All right, brother. Love to see y'all. We'll get you back up here. Bring on Mr. Katz and Mrs. Katz, if you will, team. All right. So, Adam and Beth. Got another organization on here besides the Abians organization. Be a God, not a weather forecaster. Now, there's pray to God and there's be a God. If you believe in God, you don't have to worry. But if you believe in God, you know that faith without works is action. So tell me what you're going to do to make it rain. Okay, make it rain. It's up to the weather. I'm getting me something. I'm going to do a dance. I ain't talking about the weather, fool. I'm talking about recruiting and building a business. Don't tell me the status of your agent. He don't want to build nothing. Weather reporter. I can't find a staff. Weather reporter. People are expensive. Weather reporter. I don't need a weather reporter. I need somebody to tell me they got a staff person for free. I need to tell me that they started selling one more policy. I need them to tell me that they were walking down the street at a funeral and they met some people and they recruited them and they didn't even know who was dead. I'm looking for results. I'm looking for a God. There's a big God, little God. I want a little God to make stuff happen. Well, I believe in big God. Good. Do what he said and do something. And make something happen and quit failing and telling it God didn't want it to happen. God wanted it to happen. You didn't make it to happen. Anyway. See what I'm saying, Adam?
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday, you, systems, and our infrastructure, and then the fourth was the teamwork. What did you take away that you feel like, maybe not you and Beth, but when you look around, you see Bobby Joe and Beatrice over there trying to recruit and build a team, and Timmy and Tia over here. What do you see that you think maybe people are missing and they need to grab hold of? And what Abian said was the infrastructure and the systematic. I like that. But what are your thoughts on what do you think people need to focus in on?
I think one of the biggest things is I loved what you were talking about with, it's about you. You need to be the attraction. You got the leads, great, but ultimately it's you and the relationships that you build with people that's going to build a business. And, what I see is this: so many people, they don't have a self-image. They don't have a mindset that they deserve something more. And, in terms of like getting deep into the books, getting deep into the association, calls like this, listening to you, the conference we got, family reunion coming up, all of that is so important for people to raise themselves up so that they're more attractive to the people they want to bring on board their business team. Because ultimately you're selling you. It's just like in the home, they're not buying one of the insurance carriers. They're buying you. And what you bring to the table. If they trust you and like you, they're going to do business with you. It's the same thing on the recruiting side. You got to become trustworthy, and you got to become likable, that you can attract the kind of people that you're looking for. And, that association of hanging around people that you want to be like, and reading the books that's on, in the 8 steps, that whole book list, and really focusing on growing yourself to become that person that other people want to be in business with. That was one of the biggest things that struck me.
All right, to keep that what you just said for your talk at the convention, okay? Because you're so right. So then the next question is that people say is, if that's true, self-image is a part of, if I am the most important in recruiting, and if my self-image is the biggest worry there, then that flips the coin to how do I improve my self-image. So believing in yourself and believing you deserve $5 million a year. Number one, it'd be cool if you thought you were made in the image of God. Those people are deserving. Right? Hello. I'm not some amoeba. It give me enough to eat and a place to lay down, right? So if you believe you're somebody, that's good. But let me tell you the number one way to build your self-image. The 8 steps of success. Do those 8. and your self-image will grow. Double it down. Go from doing 15 minutes reading, 15 minutes listening, 15 minutes of work, or 40 hours of work, go to 60 hours of work. Those things that is the self-image changing book. Do that. The harder you work, the more self-image goes up, and then you expect to have that kind of money. Osuna and Rachel. You want the kids to get self-image to go up? Get them work. You want self-image to go up as a CrossFit person? CrossFit more. You want to go up as a income producer? Make more money. But it's working. It's okay. You see what I'm saying? How that ties right in, Adam?
Yeah.
Problem, solution, problem, solution, problem, solution. That's all you do in your life. What and how? What and how? What's the problem? How do I fix it? What's the problem? How do I fix it? That's good right there. That's good. You took that you thing to a different level. Good job.
Thank you. You just built my self-image.
That's called smoke up yours. Very similar to self-image improvement. Yeah, I did cut a deal the last 2 minutes right before I was looking at my watch going, I got to get him to agree. And he agreed. I said, all right, I got to go. That was like, you. You ever see those deals on TV when the judge or the attorney is negotiating and they go, I'll do this, and he goes, you do this, and he goes, I do this, and they go, deal. And then you think, does that ever work? Like, yes. I've done it so many times. Like when everybody agrees, walk away, and then we write it up. But you got to get to that. You got to have worthy opponents or worthy people, right? Like one judge, one attorney. They go, that's what we agreed to. Boom. God's not weather forecasters. We need people to cut the deal, move the needle, make it higher. Beth, you were listening close. What are your thoughts? Are you tag teaming Adam? You got something new?
One of the things that stood out to me was just the reminder about manners. Ooh. and so we bring people into the business because they're attracted to the talk about the self and systems and infrastructure and team, and then they go and they start recruiting, and they want to have maybe not unrealistic expectations, but the way of communicating a message to their team is often more of a with a lack of manners. In other words, where someone had patience with them, they forget to have patience with others. Where someone took time to find out about their family, they don't take time to find out about their new person's family. And so just that reminder that we are always the show. And therefore, we should always have the manners, whether we're dealing with someone that we're looking to just meet, whether it's the waitress at the restaurant, whether it's the person that comes in to fix the toilets. Like if we have manners, then we're more attractive and we can lead people because we continue to implement that process in our team.
How much of it you think is they need to learn what manners are? What's the right thing to do?
Well, that's a good piece too.
I try to teach people, like young people paying attention. Let's say you sit down at the table eating and your food comes and nobody else has got their food. And we look over there and you're like, it's not attractive. I don't know how to tell you this, but they don't, I don't think a lot of them, some people don't know. And I have had some young people like, hey, come here. It's more kosher if you just chill, because you're over there doing this and everybody else is looking at you, look like a slob, and they're like, and I go, hey, it's something hard to remember, but boom, yow. You with me? Or shaking hands. How do you shake hands properly? Some think squeezing it until you jerk back. Some think the floppy fish, but it's learning customs. What's the customary way to do it? Shaking hands. Where do your eyes look? Where do your hands hands go. So a lot of it's nonstop teaching with younger people. But if you're a younger person or a person that's not experienced this, watching television, you see this guy's the hero, this guy's the multimillionaire, this is the one going to jail. Don't do his, do his, do his hand, do this guy's handshake, not that guy's handshake. I learned a lot from television, Adam, along with reading books and mentors.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the mentors as much as anything. From an early age, you were teaching Andrew, my son, how to shake hands. And
he's good at it. And he graduated from Carolina, and he can shake hands right, which is double impressive. That throws people off. It's like, I thought you went to Carolina. You have a proper handshake and some intelligence about you. Well.
But you got to start them off when they're young. Now, obviously, we're getting people who have already grown, but we can start them off in business while they're young, teaching them the right things the Alliance way.
Yeah. We're working on recruiting a young guy, 25-year-old right now, and you talk about manners. Jane loved him. She was like, I love that dude. I was like, I know. He was just trained right. Just very charismatic. It's not charismatic. He just had manners. But it's very attractive. You want to invite him over to the house. You want him to meet our kids, same age as our kids. You want him to hang out. I want him to meet Emily. I'm gonna get Emily online with him, So it is finding them. Recruiting is finding them, and then you being the right person. So also looking for people that have manners. Like one of the things I look for is answers to questions. When I ask them questions, how old are you? What I'm looking for is I was born 4/16/64, or I'm 32 and a half years old. What I'm not looking for is, well, it's a long story. Like, oh God, here we go. Am I going to hang up on this person after saying goodbye, or just in the middle of a sentence? Because hey, listen, I ain't kidding around. Let's move on. If you don't tell me how old you are, let's talk about, are you married? Well, that's another story. Oh God, that's when the hang-up's coming. Manners. Talk to me. Let's go. Give me some feedback. Ask me some questions about me. It is cool when they ask good questions about you and the company. I don't hardly ever answer them, but I kind of do. What do you say? I acknowledge their questions and then ignore them, and then I'll move on to what I want to do. So, but I think both of those statements were about you. One is the self-image of you, and one is the charisma or manners of you. So I think both of y'all hammered on the you pretty good. And that was the one that I thought most people would miss. They think, oh, it's got the leads, or oh, it's the ARC, oh, it's Andy, or oh, it's Mr. Katz. So it's you, baby. It's you, Merv. So excited about stuff y'all got going on. I'll come back to that. If y'all can bring up Marvin and Rachel, this couple right here is on fire. So proud of what they're doing. Marvin and Rachel's on the way. I'm bringing up something I'm going to tell y'all about. I want to give y'all a date, just a heads up. It's random. Family reunion is what we're going after like crazy. But August, this is going to be for everybody that's moved a estate plan or paid for an estate plan, or you've moved an estate. You've either paid the $5,000 or you paid $2,000 of the $5,000. We're going to have a seminar in Dallas the 16th, 17th, and 18th, September 16th, 17th, 18th. And I don't have all the specifics other than tell you to reserve 2 nights. Get there on the 16th before 5 o'clock. And don't leave until afternoon on the 18th, 16th. If you're in an estate planning seminar and you want advanced, intense seminar estate planning, dude, I'm going to do a little commercial here. I ain't never seen anything like this. Mortgage protection. You sell people mortgage protection. People fill out a form that they want mortgage protection, and you sell them mortgage protection. What the world? I ain't never seen anything like it in my life. Ever. I've never seen anything like mortgage protection. And I made hundreds of millions of dollars, millions and millions and millions, because I recognized that it worked, and then I recruited other people to do it. Well, this seminar system has been the same thing for me. Dude, I love Bang Bang. I love the IVR. I love direct mail. All that stuff's been good. Filing expense, woo! Filing expense has been great. But mortgage protection is the best thing I've ever seen. And the next thing has been estate planning. We tell them, they say they want estate planning, and then we do estate planning. What a miracle. Listen to this. I don't even know how to say this, because I can't imagine somebody saying this. But somebody commented to me, they said, isn't that a bait and switch? And I was like, if a guy asks for mortgage protection and you sell him mortgage protection, that's a pretty good deal. If a guy asks for estate planning and you sell him estate planning, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? I don't know. I think when you tell people you get a free insurance and you bring over a 1-year term and then you try to sell them something else, I think that's a bait and switch. We don't do that. I think when you tell people that union members get this, or you get a fire alarm kit and you go over there, I've seen those systems, and a lot of people believe in those systems. Or how about this? You give me all your friends and I will sell to all your friends, and then you steal somebody else's friends. That's a bait and switch. This is right down the middle, fastball, a little up in the strike zone. This is volleyball, toss it up like that to you. It's a softball. You roll it in there and just spin it right for them. This is there. Now, my ability to recruit to that, though, is going to determine how much financial it changes my life. Doing it is critical. Yes. Great job. I think this is $250,000 to $1 million great job. Actually, I think you can make $1 million too. Okay? I don't think it's going to be a big deal to make $1 million as a job doing this. And that might satisfy a lot of people. But if you want to make $1 million a month, or if you want to make $1 million a quarter and not be there, you're going to have to recruit to it. Do it, recruit to it. But I've never seen any strike zone like this right here. It's coming in. And to the point that I'm asking people to sign an NDA before I get them into it. Like, I don't want the outside world to hear about this. I'm not telling nobody. I'm telling us, though. And then people ask me, how do I recruit to it? I recruit to it just like that. I seen something, mortgage protection. I tell people that story. And now we got this. We got a way to put people in the seats for $100. Woo! I ain't telling you how to do it. I ain't giving them the mailer. I ain't giving them attorneys. I'm giving them our trusts. I ain't giving them all that. I'm just telling them we got a way to do it. We need to get you started. So that's my commercial there. That was part of my recruiting regime too, by the way. That tied right into recruiting in a way. But can you believe a guy said that to me? He didn't say it to me. He said it to somebody else. I guess he'd have balls to say it to me. But you know what I'm saying? Lord have mercy. Or, I wouldn't mind if you said, Marvin, you say, hey, listen, do you feel like we're tricking people? I'd be like, tell me what you mean. I just don't understand how you would say it. You'd have to explain to me why you think it's that. I guess you could say mortgage protection is really term insurance with money back. I go, yeah. Hey, you save your mortgage. That's not a bait and switch. That's term insurance with money back. Estate planning. What if they don't need it? We don't sell them estate planning if they don't need it. That's like mortgage protection. If they don't need it, we won't sell it to them. But if they come to the seminar and they got an annuity in their hand, they got some risky money, they got money in an old 401k, they got an IRA that's going to explode, it's our job to estate plan with them. That's our job. So we get paid to do it straight at you. Okay. Marvin and Rachel, same thing. I did the systems, and then I got into the infrastructure, the ARC, and then the thing of teamwork. And the teamwork also includes 3 ways. Y'all might be surprised how quickly, if I'm recruiting a dude, how quickly I get that dude online with somebody else that's like that dude or that girl. I'm teamworking like that. Anyway, what hit y'all on the recruiting thing that maybe we need to get more people to do or emphasize? Marvin or Rachel?
Hey, Andy, how you doing? Marvin and Rachel Osuna. Super excited to be on this call. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us on with these heroes of the business. I was just telling the guys earlier that right now I was marking out in wrestling. There's a term called marking out. When you're a fan and you meet your favorite star, you're like starstruck, because you're a fan. So if you're a fan, you're a mark. right? They call you a mark in wrestling. So I was marking out today because we got Alex and Jean Avian, we got Adam and Beth, Andy Albright. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty cool. So thank you again for having us on with our heroes on the call. You know, one of the things that I really started thinking about after the Wednesday call is that you brought something back to my heart where you said, you know what, it's not about telling people, hey, do you want to build a team? Do you want to grow? But it's about talking, hey, how would it feel to go on vacation? And it reminded me, because last week I was talking to one of our agents, and I'm like, man, going out into that balcony on the cruise ship with a cup of hot chocolate and just sitting out there, looking into the ocean, looking at the glaciers, and knowing that day you got, a couple $1,000, $4,000 deposited in your account when you didn't have to be present. That was huge. And so it just like lit a fire under me. And I'm like, man, when I talk to everybody, all of my friends in the business, the people, the brand new people, and I want to talk to them about building a business. I'm not going to talk to them about, well, you got to manage people and you got to bring them and you got to take care of them. And I know some people can be a headache. No, but it's about the lifestyle. It's about how you can live, by building a team. And so I got super excited about it because it reminded me of being on that amazing cruise. And so now my job is to sell that dream to other people, And so you were talking about the interview and how to ask questions to come back to what you want to talk about. So I was so inspired by the call. And I know Rachel was talking to me about it too, like building the culture and just going back to doing those basic things, right?
Yeah.
Well, you nailing it, man. You just got me excited about it. That's part of being a guide, not a weather reporter. Come out, hey, let's not talk to the guy. He don't want to build a team. Hey, I talked to a guy, and he's got his mama coming to the meeting tomorrow. Hey, I talked to a guy. He's got his son coming. Hey, I talked to a guy. How'd you do that? I just talked to him about residual income and having. Oh, that's what you did, huh? So you didn't just ask him, what's the weather over there? He said, I don't want to build nothing. You report back to me. The way you ask the question, the way you deliver it to them. And by the way, if they only give you 3 people, that's better than giving you no people. If they only give you 4, if they only give you 1, now you got 1 more that you can try to get 10. So it's that 1-inch thing too. But that's good, Osuna. I don't want to build a team. I don't want to exercise. I don't want to get up in the mornings. There ain't nothing I'm supposed to do that I damn want to do. Nothing. But it's what I want that I'm willing to do. It's what I want that I'm willing to do. I don't want to do this. I don't care to. Hiring people that lie to you and promise you one thing, don't do. No, I don't want to do all that. Staff. So, some of us hire. I got some people that hire people in the Philippines. And they work for $2 an hour, $3 an hour, $5 an hour, $6. I got another one that does Bolivia. And both of them said, I don't know if I'll tell people to build in the Philippines or in Bolivia to do it. I know it's only $3 an hour and $5 an hour, but it's a headache. It's a problem. Yeah, 100%. What I don't want, what I like about it is they can terminate them without getting sued out. They can stop their pay for a week and then start their pay back if they tight on money. You don't have to pay $20 an hour. You don't have to pay taxes on it. It's so many good things about it that I say, I like you doing it. What do I not like? Well, they got to be up during the middle of the night when you up to talk to you. Well, I don't want to tell them that. I'll let them sleep and they can just text me in the morning. That's not going to work. You got to talk. So it's a nonstop decision. What do I want and how do I get it? Not how do I feel and how do I feel? No offense to the feelers out there. I love y'all. That includes Carolina graduates, philosophy majors. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to do what I feel. I want to feel this way over here, which jumps over the part that I don't want to feel. I don't want to do. I don't. I tell you, I got a bunch of tricks. Jeff calls them coping mechanisms. Okay. I think that, I don't know what that means. I think that's what Mary Poppins, when she said a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. I think it's the ability to listen to audio when I'm walking. So I'm getting my exercise. And then I call Mr. Katz or Mr. Davies. So I'm excited about talking to my friends. I'm excited about listening to audio, but not walking. There's other things about walking on the beach, but I'm not going to talk about it. Nobody wants to hear about all the birds that we got out there and the photography that I take of the birds. Nobody wants to hear about all that. Brian Adams like, what are you doing? Walking around taking pictures of birds? Rachel, you gonna pile on? You gonna pile on to what he said? What do you think? What hit you that maybe people need to think about?
Hi, Andy. Good morning. I feel culture, like for me, what got me more into recruiting and wanting to build a business. And first I started to help him, right? Like he would come with applications. So I was the first staff member, right? And we needed the money, right? And it's like, okay, it's like, I'll help you. What do I need to do? And so, but the culture, just the culture and having Alex Avian, Katz, many other, leaders, just like pouring, and listening to them from the audios and stuff like that just helped me. So that's the one thing that I think I keep going, it makes me keep going and helping other people, just remembering why I started, how I started, and what got me in. And that's what I keep going with the brand new people. And I was even telling Marvin, I think it was early in the week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, I'm like, hey, we got to focus on our hotspot meetings. We got to focus because for some reason, and I guess I got to be honest, right? Here, Reno hotspot, we kind of left, and I'm being honest, right? We kind of left the STP, showing the plan, like not saying it, not doing it. We're still doing it, right? We're still doing it, but the inviting, telling agents, bring one more, bringing one more new person. And maybe 2 or 3 people do it, or you do interviews during the week, but not getting a brand new person to your hotspot, to your local hotspot meeting. It's on us, not getting, like, if Gina doesn't come, there's not much movement. There's not much like inviting. There's not much promotion. And so that's what I was telling me. I'm like, you know what? I think we left that a little on the side, to the side. We do it in other cities. We do it in other states, like maybe Zoom calls, but not in person. So then on Tuesday night, I'm like, hey, why don't we do, because we are getting more people other than Joanna at the office and us going into the office. We're getting more agents to come to dial and to, hey, you need your contracting done. You need your first piece of business done. Come in. And then on Tuesday night, I'm like, hey, it's going to be TWC. Why don't we have a brunch, a breakfast watch party? Because for us, it's 9 a.m., right? So, hey, let's get people in at 8 a.m. We cook there. We sit down. We watch, the TWC on the big screen. And so we had people over. And then some of the agents are like, you guys do this? And like, we used to do a lot more of this, but now we're going to we're going to restart, it's like, we're going to keep doing, so that's one of the things that I think we got to start doing as part of our team is like, hey, texting people, hey, get on the call. Hey, there's a Zoom call. And many of those things, I think personally, we left to the side. And, TWC reminded us of like, hey, we got to break bread. We got to get people in. We got to remember what God is in. And that's what's going to call more people. And if you have the same heart, they're going to stay. They're going to be in, they're going to follow the system. They're going to go to events. They're going to go, to trips because they're going to want to go with you. They're not going to miss out,
Marvin, do you have a response to her being honest?
Yeah.
Honey, why'd you have to be honest in front of Albright? What is wrong with you?
No, we were definitely talking about it because we said, you know what? It's been 10 years. We had our first hotspot here in Reno and 10 years ago. So this year we're celebrating 10 years and we're like, you know what? We got to go back to the basics. We got to go back and this is our 4th week now teaching about the 8 steps to success. As if we've never heard it before, just make it plain and simple. Going back to, the light of day you talked about, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love the light of day, duplication, like just so many things that are important as part of the culture, like Rachel said. And I said, you're right. You're right. We have to go back to the basics. We got to go back to that path that got us here, the culture, the camaraderie, the relationship, because, that's what the Alliance is. The system, the people, the leadership, that's what it's all about. And so, yeah, I agree 100%.
People get bored when things start working. Also, here's the thing. As things work, people stop doing them. Why? I don't know. They just do. Creatures. That's the way people are. Another stopping point is when you, truth be told, you guys will make more money this year you ever made in the history of your life, right?
That's correct.
Just kind of bizarre money. So, I just said that thinking I need to talk to y'all a little bit more about that. I really need to talk to you a little bit more about that. So let's talk this afternoon one-on-one about how much money you're making and what do we do with it. Okay? But what happens is people start making that money and they stop doing the rise up. They stop doing the things that causes the rise. And then what you see is a floating. As opposed to continuing to rise, it'll come up and float. Might even do a dip and then do this. You can avoid those dips if you've got co-pilots, coaches, advisors. Come in here and give these people something. Come here and give these people something. Just give them a little something. Give them a little something.
Hey.
Come on, give them a little something.
Hi, Jane.
Here. Y'all encourage her. You know how she is. You got to give her a clap for it.
Jane.
Got me working. I'm in my work clothes.
Oh.
My glasses, I can see.
Woo.
All right. Okay. All right. So, I'm glad that y'all are back to the basics. So let's do the light of day. It's duplication, edification, and association. There's trainings on that, and that's what we do. We say get people in the light of day. This is what we believe in. And we believe in prosperity, inspiration, and eternity. What does each of those means? All these things are educating people how to act. And then when everybody acts right, we score more points. When we act right, we score more premium. When we act right, we get more benefits. When we act right, teammates prosper. So, good. That was not the intention of the call, but I'll take that side effect of getting people to do the simple stuff. It was my biggest thing was our recruiting numbers are skyrocketing, and we need to skyrocket them more. Call it pour on the gas. Like it's working. What's my best advice on how to pour gas on what's working? The three things I talk about, I don't think everybody understands. And number one is about me. And then the next thing is about you. So when you're recruiting, you're talking about you. And then what does that mean? It doesn't mean I'm great. I got a lot of money. I can cook biscuits. I can clean the bathrooms. No, it's courtesy. It's charisma. It's charm. It's interested in them. It's asking questions. It's getting that buffet of what they want. And then you pitch what they want based on you, based on systems, based on the infrastructure, and then we talk. Then we, hey, listen, you know who'd be interested? You're a Marine. Let me try to get in touch with a Marine right now. Now I got a couple of them. Get Eric Bell out there. I ain't got a Marine, but I got a Navy guy. Let me get Avian, okay? Or Air Force. I got a Navy. I go Patrick Connors. I want an Air Force. I'm going to Alex Avian. You with me? So I'm going military. If I'm going Colombia, I'm going Olga. If I'm, thinking of country, Venezuela, who I'm going to. So I'm thinking country. If they're Northeast, I'm going to get a Northeastern on her. If I'm on the West, I'm going Mimi. I'm going so I'm trying to relate teamwork, getting somebody to tag team. A lot of elements in there. That's the free one, the fourth one, which is the miracle. A lot of people never get onto that. Hey, they never get onto it and they never use it. The power of the team. All right. Thank you, Osunas. I'm proud of y'all. I do want to talk again as soon as we can this afternoon. Because, see, when you have people avian, you got new people starting to make some money, some young guys. You also, when people start getting no-shows, you help them. When they get chargebacks, we got to help them. There's all kinds of things you got to teach people. Now, by the way, I love this art. I'm going to tell you this. Last night, I can't remember the time on it, but I was looking at submits, and I texted my staff, I go, who is this guy and why did he submit that policy? And it was actually 3. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Y'all experienced people. Stop the money. Shick, shick, shicky, boom, yow, boom, yow, boom, yow. And so this morning, they got on the phone, called the clients. Sure enough, guy knew what policy got, knew his manager, knew everything. Everything he was answering correctly. Problem is, he sounded 23, and all the information was for a 60-year-old. Busted! You with me? Saved integrity a bunch of money. So you say the art, boom, watch it, stop it, we can work it out. Don't be scared to make a move. I love the art, I love the teamwork, I love everything we've put together. Now is the time. Let's get Adam and Beth on here at one time. We're gonna wrap this up with Adam and Beth. And I can wrap it up with Alex and Jenny too, the same conversation, but I'm going like Adam, this and Beth. This is your window. Wide open estate planning territories everywhere. So much teaching needs to be done. You've already got a great team. How do we take 7 to 12 of your key people? How do we identify 7 and say, let me talk to you 7 about the 8 steps, and you 7 take it down to 7 or 12. Let me talk to you about recruiting. If you're not getting results, you're doing something wrong. Like because Abian's getting them, Jason Mathis getting them, Terry Edwards is getting them, Riddle's getting them, Albright's getting them. Like you're doing something wrong. Let's review. So listen to me. Coach them. Coach, if you could coach 12, that'd be insane. But 7 would be a good thing too. This is your chance. One of them's Emily. One of them's Sarah. Right? They're building a business.
Right. So to me, the biggest thing is you got to get around the business. You got to get around the heat. I'm looking at Alex and hearing Alex, at that Catholic convention with 50,000 people, and you can just see the spirit in him growing just by being there. And it just is like, this is why we have family reunion in 2 weeks, is so that we can get the alliance spirit into our people. And when they're motivated, that's where they'll put in the work. If I can get you to family reunion and get you to see the bigger picture, you're going to want to tell all your people about it. You're going to want to tell your family. You're going to want to tell your friends. You won't have a shot of not recruiting. And then as we've added the seminar program, it's just opened up the door to a whole nother level of people that we can offer them something that they can put their hands on. I'm thinking of people that we've worked with over the last 10 years that maybe the final expense wasn't the right fit for them, but the seminar program is going to be the right fit for them, and the opportunity and the ability to make $500,000 on their own pen is just crazy. So now's the time to be thinking about all the people, not just who do you know that needs an opportunity or who do you know that likes to make money, but who do you know that is already very successful. They just know there's another level. And redoing your list of warm market, redoing your list, and then just getting them plugged into the systems, getting them to listen to Andy Albright, understanding that nobody's accomplished. They don't know anybody that's accomplished what Andy Albright has accomplished in life and in business. That I think we have a tendency to take for granted Andy. And we lose what he's put together business-wise in what we have the opportunity to just draft behind. It's like the car auto racing. You just draft behind the car in front, and you get to go a lot faster. And just following the lead that you've done and just drafting behind you, it's just common sense. We just got to get more people thinking that they deserve to have more and that they can be successful. I remember you said a long time ago, number one reason why people don't get wealthy in America doesn't occur to them that they can. And now with everything that we have, get them to family reunion so it can occur to them that they should be wealthy also.
It didn't occur to them that was an option. That's weird and true. Beth, you got to be proud of what your man has done for you. Living that dream home, and these kids growing up, college education, paid for, moving on with their life. You guys getting to travel. Just got back from Alaskan cruise and Seattle, and God, your man's building a team. Y'all got it, and Emily's getting ready. She's having some explosive growth right down through that group out of Houston.
Yes.
What do you reckon they'll do this month?
What are we thinking, Adam?
What do you think, Emily? You think Emily's group will do?
They'll be between 120 and 150.
Need to give them 250.
Yeah.
Beth, you got to be proud of him and what's happening in your business. What say ye about attacking this thing and let's take in this next little run, have a good time doing it, but let's take that income up a notch. What do you think about that, Beth?
Absolutely. This is you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. And as Andy has drilled into us for the 32 years we've been together, there's now and there's right now. And so let's leave this call. Let's go out there. Let's find one more person. Let's have manners. Let's build them to you, to the team, to the system, to the infrastructure, to all the things. We've got everything in place. Now let's take responsibility for ourselves and go out and act and make it rain.
That's my girl. Hey guys. Last week I quit 20 minutes early, and this time I went 3 minutes over. So it's going to balance out eventually. I'm not going to keep going after. I've got stuff I got to do, and you guys got stuff you got scheduled. Thank you so much, Rachel and Marvin. I'm so proud of you guys, and I know your kids are killing it, and I know you're proud of them and your whole team, and Alex and Jenny. I'm glad that's fun. You up there, ABM, with your daughter. I think that's so cool that you can decide to go without checking with another man, and nobody's got you under their thumb, and you can go up there. I bet y'all stayed in a nice room too. I bet you ain't staying up there in one of them Motel 6s. And eat some good food too. Have fun, make money, eat good. Woo! Make a difference, baby. We slipped in, make a difference. But eat good is right up in there. Have fun, make money, make a difference. Eat good. Hope y'all have a good time up there. Proud of y'all guys. Thank y'all. Love y'all guys so much. Now's our time. Let's charge. All right, one more person in family reunion too. That'd be big. All right. Oh. Guess what? Brian Biggers, they've been having 1,200 people in our convention center. Well, I asked him, I said, what are they doing? And they said, they're taking off. I go, oh no. Brian still got to preach on Sunday. And so he came back and, he's in. So Brian Biggers is going to be preaching Sunday morning. I mean, and here's this big question. can I wear khakis or jeans, to preach in? I ain't got them other kind of clothes and stuff. And I got a T-shirt with a Statue of Liberty on it. And we said, yeah, preacher man, bring it on. So I'm excited about that too. We got celebrities in the house. Coffee Anderson, we got a great band kicking off, a different group out of Burlington. We got Biggers there, and y'all. So family reunions getting more and more powerful and more intense. If you can get there early on Thursday, get there before noon. If you're interested in estate planning, higher level insurance, and really associating with the right people. And a reminder: September 16th, 17th, 18th. And then we're not going to push that. We're just saying that, hey, if you're an estate planning person, now people going like, well, what if I want to be? Well, that's not who it's for yet, but we might have some slots if you really, really, really want to be there. But we're really looking for people that are already involved, or if you've got one scheduled next week or next quarter, or next month, then clearly you would be one that's invited. But all right. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate the information, the insights, and the doubling down, piling on from what we did last week. Remember this: the first thing and most important thing in recruiting is you selling you with your charm, your interest in them, your non-judgmental, anything of how to win friends, influence people. You, and then our systems, our leads. Everybody wants leads. Nobody wants to do friends and family, and we've got so many lead systems, and we will take them through the menu. I don't sell them all the menu. I just tell them we got a menu, and number 4 is our infrastructure is just uncomparable. And then I get on the phone with a friend and I show them the teamwork. Don't have to tell them about them. I show it to them. I'd rather see a sermon and hear one any day. All right, guys, let's go recruit them. Let's get the world. Let's get one more good one today on your team, and your team, and your team, and your team, and your team. Okay. All right. Bye. Love you.
Thank you, Andy.